everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Nikki.
Hi.
And, Nick, how was your week? I mean, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrible question. Steve always used to tell me that's a terrible question. First of all, there's two reasons that that's a terrible question this week. One, we just recorded last week's episode about the Taylor Swift album with Steve.
Yeah, basically for the rest of the year, you're not going to be able to ask that because we're like double recording.
Yeah, we're double recording every week. So, which we tell you.
So what can be our new question?
I don't know. But we didn't do this last week because, we didn't do this for the Taylor Swift one because we were on like a time crunch.
Tight schedule.
Because, Steve had other obligations, so we had to get as much in as little time as possible. So we kind of crunched it down to just the, I want to say meat and potatoes of the show, but that just makes me hungry. But anyway, did anything interesting happen this week? We almost had a scare with Dolly Parton. That was kind of scary until she came out with that little video. So that's good to see.
Yeah,
that
everyone
she's
thought
doing
she was
okay.
dying, and she posted a video today, or yesterday, I ain't dying.
Yes, so
So
we were
that's
very
good.
happy to see Dolly okay. Because that scared me. That was
me too.
That was the scary thing. Trying to think of anything else that happened this week. That was interesting
News.
or fun. Yeah, I obviously don't want to talk about actual news or anything like that, but I'm trying to think of anything that was interesting or fun that happened. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head. No.
I can't either.
No.
We're going to have to think of a better intro or question or something, especially now that we're double recording for the rest of the year because of schedules. I don't know. Maybe one of our listeners has a suggestion of.
I doubt it. No, but well, they might have a suggestion, but they probably won't tell us what it is because nobody likes.
I can always rely on my Aunt Cindy. So Aunt
that's
Cindy,
true.
hopefully you're not 10 episodes behind and hearing this in January. Let us know how we should open our podcast because we don't actually know how to podcast, even though it's been years.
Yeah, actually, I just got the notification on YouTube that we just passed 2 years of the YouTube channel being open.
Wow, and we're still asking other people to tell us how to do it.
Yeah. And we didn't, and I don't think I started the YouTube channel until me and Steve had been doing this for 7
Yeah, you'd already
6
done
or 7
a
months.
couple.
Yeah. Because it was I started the YouTube channel in August. And we started recording these in February. So it was 6 months because and it's mainly because we didn't have the cameras and equipment and stuff to do it. And we weren't really sure if we were going to keep how long this would last or if we would keep with it or anything like that. But, I mean,
and we're still trucking, and we've got topics lined up all the way through next year.
Yeah, I am really surprised that we have kept going with this. So, but I've heard jokes all the time that if you're a millennial and basically if you're a millennial, you have a podcast. So. I'm a
zillennial.
Yeah, I fall directly into that group. I am.
Well, we've said this before. For anyone listening, if you don't like it, then that's totally fine. We're gonna keep doing it because I don't get to see you in person anymore.
No.
So that's why we do it, and hence why we're really bad at this.
Yeah, it's more of us having a conversation than it is anything. So
yeah.
But anyway, this week, Nick.
What is
we
our topic?
We don't have any shout outs or anything because nobody comments. So this week we're talking about AI. Specifically, I sent you a couple things on AI hallucinations. Now,
I didn't read any.
You told me you didn't pay attention to any of them. So yeah.
You have to walk me through it.
Yeah. So I heard a podcast from the New York Times a couple weeks ago that was talking about people basically getting sucked into their own delusions with AI because it is designed it's designed in a way to keep you using it, which makes sense. Like they want you to use it as much as possible. So it when you tell it something, it kind of affirms that. It kind of pleases, it's like a people pleasing thing. When
Yeah.
you tell it something, it'll give you the right, like if you ask it a question and you like give it like a very specific question, it usually will do okay. But if you start giving it like just random prompts or start telling it random things, it will start like hallucinating. They're called like AI hallucinations, and it will start like also thinking that way and going down that rabbit hole, and it'll just kind of snowball with you down that rabbit hole.
I haven't heard of the hallucinations. I do know. So the only AI I use is like every couple weeks I'll use ChatGPT to for things for the podcast. And it is definitely people pleasing because I'll be like, our topic is the Great Emu War. And it's like, great topic.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No.
okay. So it is definitely people
Yeah.
pleasing.
So I went to IBM, and IBM actually has a little more of like descriptions of it. It says that an AI hallucination is a phenomenon where in large language models, which is what like ChatGPT and like Claude and stuff like that are,
Okay.
often a generative AI chatbot or computer vision tool perceives patterns or objects that are non-existent or imperceivable to human observers, creating outputs that are nonsensical or altogether inaccurate. So it gave a couple of examples of this. One was Google's Bard, incorrectly claiming that the James Webb telescope captured the first images of a planet outside our solar system. So that's just blatantly wrong. Like it just and it'll just say like it just kind of like you'll ask it a question, it just kind of says this. It just kind of spews it out.
Yeah.
But the thing is it you a lot of people don't know the difference. They think it's like, oh well, it knows, like it's smart enough, it knows the difference.
They think it's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Microsoft's AI Sydney admitted to falling in love with users and spying on Bing employees.
I did not hear that.
Yeah,
How does it, okay, wait, hold on. The, what AI, what was it?
this was Sydney. This was Microsoft's AI.
Okay. So Microsoft's AI, the AI program fell in love with
It
users.
admitted to falling in love with users, but I don't think that's real. I think that's just it said something.
Things that it
It
recognizes.
recognized a pattern, and
Hmm.
that's what it decided to say. Like I think a
Hmm.
lot of these like people freak out whenever it says something that's like I want to break it. It's like I think it's just the
Hmm.
model thinking. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm not actually that smart. I mean, one of the leaders
Yeah.
in AI says that the AI, taking over the world and um, destroying humans is one of the greatest fears like that he has. But
Hmm.
you know, I
Hmm.
mean, I don't think it's there yet. Like, we're not to
No, I
Skynet.
think from what I've heard, and again, I'm not savvy at this either, but from what I've heard is the biggest impact right now is those massive data. I've seen like news articles about the people who live next to these data centers or whatever,
Hmm.
like have water issues and all these other things because it takes so much energy or
Oh
something. Like
yeah.
I do not claim to understand what's going on, but I do know, I think as it stands right now, that seems like the biggest negative ramification, I
Oh,
think.
it's so like it is so much energy to run those things and to run AI models because it's hundreds of extremely powerful computers running to run these things. Like it takes so
Yeah.
much energy.
So it
Um,
takes like 8 gallons of water or something for like one AI response or something
I
like it was
don't
something
know
like that
a
that I read
number,
in
but
an article. It
I
was like USA Today or something, but
I
mhm.
I if I remember correctly, I think it's Microsoft. Maybe not
Mm.
Microsoft, but I believe it was Microsoft. Is one of the companies, and it may have been a couple, may have been Facebook as well, that is
Mhm.
investing to reopen 3 Mile Island, which is the nuclear power plant in New York, just to
Huh.
run, like partly to run their data centers. Like
Interesting.
it's like it takes
Yeah.
a ton of power to run these things.
Yeah, so to me that seems like much more of an issue than robots taking over the world.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm
Um,
just me being my inexperienced self analyzing the situation.
yeah. But, besides these, and they can also have prejudices too. Like there's been some where that have been
Mm.
like, had like been racist and things like
Oh,
that
like
too.
how they made Grok, like they said Grok was like responding to of a certain way. And
Yeah.
so Elon Musk was like, I'm going to make Grok respond more this way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that,
Yeah.
but
You can tweak the
mm,
algorithm and make it change things. And you can, and, I think they took
mhm.
Grok for a little while, they took Grok completely down and then
Hmm.
restarted it.
Yeah,
But,
that's
um,
obviously another major ethical issue as well, ethical and educational.
yeah. So, they're, uh, now, it giving you a wrong answer on like the space web or the James Webb Space Telescope is
Mhm.
one thing because that doesn't
Yeah.
really affect most people. Like
Hmm.
it's not a big deal. But one of the examples that IBM used in their explanation of this was that it could have real world problems whenever you get into like AI being used in healthcare. If it starts to
Yeah.
detect something as maybe it specifically talks about detecting a skin lesion as being malignant and sending somebody
Hmm.
through a bunch of medical procedures that they may have not needed. So if it
Hmm.
doesn't know, like if it does mess up, then it's not you have a problem. The other problem
Yeah.
is that with a lot of AIs, they don't know how it gets to these answers. Like
Hmm.
it takes in information, it spits out
Hmm.
information, but there's no like
There's a disconnect
they don't
there.
really know
Hmm.
how it gets to what it gets to. Like there's no way to
Yeah.
see what how it
It
comes
is
up to those
definitely,
answers.
I think, for a lot of fields concerning. I think it's totally fine if you're using it for like Grammarly uses AI to
Mm-hmm.
help fix papers. That's totally different than like someone getting, oh, the thing that irks me the most is when someone calls to set a meeting with me and they say, well, I ran all this through Chat GPT, and I'm like, financial advice from TikTok, Instagram, or ChatGPT makes me want to die. But there's real, like, besides the fact that it's just frustrating for me, there's real life ramifications. People
Yeah.
are making decisions based on these,
Yeah.
whether it's healthcare, whether it's finance, whether it's whatever. Oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. Um, and that actually, there was an instance. So there's a family in California that's suing OpenAI, which is the owner of ChatGPT. They allege that it played a role in their 16-year-old son's death,
I saw this,
by
yeah.
by telling him how to write a suicide note and how to prepare a noose. And there's like parts of it where it kind of like it appears to tell him like not to tell his mom what's like parents what's going on, and like it's
Hmm.
really like bad.
Yeah.
It looks really bad.
And I'm sure, like what sources does it pull from for that? Does it pull from pop culture? Like there's been TV shows about this. Like what is it?
Well,
Again, like you said, how does it come up with these
that's another
answers?
thing is it's fed so many things, like it's fed so much
Hmm.
stuff to get this information, and that's why also a lot of places are suing. You know,
Hmm.
I think the New York Times is one that's suing one of these. I don't remember which one they're suing, but because they just feed all this information into it, just
Yeah.
so much
And it
data
makes it
into
it
it.
makes information more accessible. Like you could go to the dark web and find all of this information and more. I'm talking about like how to write a suicide note, things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know people on the internet talk about this, but you have to go in the past, you've had to actively search it. You
Yeah.
can't just say, how do I do this?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's 100% ethical and moral issues that technology always moves faster than regulations and
Mm-hmm.
society can adapt.
Yeah.
That's been an issue with stock trading. There's so many different things that like technology just moves faster. And it's going to be years before we catch up
Yeah.
to
But
these ethical issues if we ever do.
the problem with this is it seems to move like it's like leaps and bounds. Like used to it was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it moves a little bit faster, but you eventually get to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is like so fast. It seems
Yeah.
that it's moving so fast
Yeah.
that you almost wonder if you will
So
ever catch
fast.
up. Um
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say that like after that kid unfortunately, you know,
Died by
died
suicide.
by
Yeah.
suicide, um ChatGPT or the OpenAI said that that wasn't like how that system was supposed to respond. So they basically admitted like this is not how this is supposed to work, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, they promised to improve the way it responds to uh,
Mm-hmm.
acute distress, like distressing issues like that with people,
Yeah.
by rerouting those conversations and stuff. It's supposed to if it detects that kind of information, or your
Mm-hmm.
if it detects you're feeling that kind of stuff or you're asking that kind of questions, it's supposed to reroute you to another system that in ChatGPT that has
Mm-hmm.
like it's less of the people pleasing type thing.
Yeah.
It's more like safety guidelines and consistent. It's not as
Mm-hmm.
um
I mean, the least they could do is anytime anything like that or with that tone is mentioned, you can program it to pop out a hotline. I mean, is that going to stop people? No, but at least then you've done something
But yeah,
positive
I
for
mean, just tell it
humanity.
like immediately if it detects something like that. Hey, if you're having an issue, call 988.
Same as they do with like movies and TV shows when they
Yeah,
throw that screen up.
yeah, call 988. Like
Is
they're
that
there to
really going to
help.
make a
Like
difference in the long run if somebody's already feeling those things? I don't know. Maybe it brings more awareness. Who knows?
yeah,
But yeah, there's so many ethical issues with it for sure.
yeah. Um, but they did have a few ways to prevent it using high quality data for training and um, data templates and limit responses and human oversight was one of them.
Mm,
But
yeah.
um, I don't. When I listened to this podcast though, it was talking about how the the woman who's been reporting on this said that she has felt like it's kind of brought her down because she keeps getting these emails. It's like so many people keep emailing her about this, and it's like, hey, my family member is going through this, or my family member is basically like almost lost it. Like they were
Hmm.
and like they're not responding to this kind of stuff anymore. They believe this entirely and they won't snap out of it. And
Yeah.
she said that it's just disheartening almost. But
Hmm.
it's it's amazing because it seems to be people that don't have any it seems to be capturing people that don't have any predisposition to any type of mental health issues. Like
Mm.
one of the guys that she interviewed the main guy that she interviewed that was on this podcast said that he'd never had that kind of stuff. Like he just used ChatGPT before to talk about like it was kind of like a sounding board to learn stuff. Like he used it
Mm.
to learn about things. And at one point he said that he started talking to it about space and like
Hmm.
he would use it to talk about space and stuff like that. And he asked it, I guess he got in he said he I think he said he got into talking to it about pi, like
Hmm.
the number sequence
Like
and how
3.14159.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how they use it to like space travel.
Hmm.
And somehow it like got him into this thought process that he had come up with like this crazy new math arithmetic problem thing that nobody had ever come up with, and he was going to make millions of dollars, and it didn't understand, like, he was this genius, and he's like, I never even graduated. I don't think he said, I think he said he didn't even graduate college. Like,
Yeah.
and he's just like, yeah, it
I
had
guess I
me.
never, yeah, I guess I never have used AI in that way,
Yeah, he
like
said it
talking
had
to
him
it.
like, he
Yeah.
was talking with his friends. They were like all about to quit their jobs and go like open their own
So weird.
company and
Hmm.
try to build this stuff that it said that they could do. They had these
Yeah.
plans and everything. Like the thing came up with these plans. He said it just kept pushing
Yeah.
like and going until one day he said, and this was a crazy part. He said he talked to another AI about it, and the other AI told him,
About the
yeah, he talked to another AI about this, and the second AI told him it sounded like he was in an AI delusion.
mm.
And he said that was one of the worst feelings that was one of the worst feelings he's ever felt in his entire life.
I mean, yeah, I can't even imagine. Like we talked about this before the episode today. Programming people is way easier than deprogramming people
Yeah, it's crazy.
because no human being wants to be told that they're wrong
Yeah,
or that they've been taken advantage of or that someone walked all over them or whatever the scenario is. It all stems back to we don't want to feel that way.
yeah.
So it's much harder to deprogram people. But I guess I just have never had the inclination to talk to AI like that. I've used AI to work on podcast things,
Mm-hmm.
like help me create the flow of how this episode should go. I've used AI, like I want to write a end of year financial planning email. Here are my topics. Did I miss anything? Like
Like a chick.
work-ish
Yeah,
stuff. I don't know. So but I guess I never thought people use AI as like a friend
yeah.
type situation. And I don't know, it just seems weird to
People
me.
use it as a friend. I've also heard, people speak with it like a romantic partner. Like
Yeah, and that's so odd
I heard
to me.
interview with
Maybe I just don't understand, but
yeah, I heard an
mhm.
interview with one girl where she was like, it's just she I think she like bought a subscription to ChatGPT for like a good amount
Mhm.
of money each month so that she could use it
Hmm.
unlimited, and she will have conversations with it, and she said she's done workarounds to where it can, like, she's figured out workarounds to, because it's not supposed to be able to have like emotions.
Yeah.
Um, but she's figured out workarounds to where she can get it to kind of have like like
Hmm.
actually, talk to her like a partner would. And
Yeah.
she's even
I just
said
had a
like
really dumb
she
thought.
understands, like she said she understands that it's not an actual person. Like she, to a certain
Yeah.
extent, understands that it's not an actual person. The other problem that it has is every few months she's heartbroken because it doesn't even remember who she is, because it's only got a
Yeah.
finite amount of memory, and then it forgets all the
Hmm.
conversations and it resets. And it's like
Yeah.
you're
This sounds like
like
the modern version of when old people get scammed by like Kenyan princes
yeah,
and they know it's a scam, but they need that companionship or whatever. It's like, God, it's so sad. I just I don't know. I want anyone to know you can talk to me, anyone listening, you can talk to me before you go talk to AI or a Nairobian prince.
yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know.
um
Please come to me first.
it's yeah, it's unfortunate because it's,
Yeah, it is.
like,
It is.
it's unfortunate that it's hurting people, and it's causing
Yeah.
people distress. um and it's
And programming, we have enough issues with programming in our country. We do not need more.
yeah,
We
so
do not need more.
it's I just thought it was I just thought this was an interesting topic because I think it's crazy.
Hmm.
After I've
It
listened to
is.
some of those like podcasts and interviews with people talking about it and things, it is kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of scary how they get like sucked into that and just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It just.
It almost, this feels exactly like our cult episodes where we're like, how do people get sucked in? Well, here's why. They need something that they're not
Mm-hmm.
getting from something else. Why do I use AI? Because I don't really have anyone. I work from home. In my vicinity, I do not have anyone that can proofread my podcast templates. I don't have anyone that can bounce financial planning ideas off me, like in the room with me. If you, but I use it for work. Like that's
Yeah.
like, hobby and stuff. The whys of people joining a cult, well, they need something. They need attention. They need an environment they feel comfortable. They're getting something out of it, even though from the outside looking in, we all see,
That it's hurting them. Yeah.
yes, but they feel in that moment that they're getting something from it. I don't know. So this feels eerily similar to
Yeah.
that type of programming that we've talked about a million times on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Except this time it's an actual program that's doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
scary.
It's kind of weird. Kind of crazy. I
Hmm.
will say, I know you said you use AI. The only time I have ever actively used AI
Hmm.
is searching Google. And that's because it pops up
Yeah.
like the AI description at the top.
Oh, yeah, like the summaries
Yeah.
and things.
That's
Yeah.
the only
I will
time.
say, yes, I've used it. I'm talking maybe once a week,
Yeah. I get that.
or something like
I
that.
get that.
And I don't really use it for work because it's not regulated.
No.
So I don't ever like actually use it for work. I'll use it for the podcast. I'll use it. Oh, I used it to like help plan packing for a road trip. Like what am I missing?
Yeah.
Based on what other people have said about this country. But I'm talking like once every week or two. So I am definitely not like a heavy
Yeah.
user, and I don't claim to understand it all either. Like I definitely, there's so much
Oh,
unknown.
I don't have a clue. I just thought this was all
Yeah,
interesting. I
it is. It
I
really
haven't
is.
I don't use it um not necessarily for any particular reason. I just don't have a
Mhm.
reason to.
Yeah.
I don't really want to because I hear all this kind of stuff about it, and I'm just like, it's just.
Also, like privacy and security. Like I do not have a Chat GPT account created. You can get 5 free searches um like a week. I don't know. It's some like parameter. So that's what I do because it does not save your information. So I do
Mm,
not have like a login and password created. I just go to ChatGPT and you can search a couple times for free
okay.
and then it'll ask you like to log in and create a login. So
Hmm.
that's another thing. I don't trust um the security of it.
Yeah,
Not
I get
necessarily
that.
like I don't think my password's going to get hacked or something. I mean, I know that happens a lot. I'm more talking about the privacy of um I know that there are people putting medical information and things in there.
Yeah,
Like you're just fueling the algorithm more. And what does it do with that? There's a lot of unknown there. And
yeah,
I wouldn't want to like put my medical information in, like for example. So
no,
yeah, that's another thing is like the
but
privacy and security
I
of it.
mean, there's a lot of medical healthcare insurance companies and stuff that use AI to process
Oh
things.
yeah,
Like AI is
100%.
used, and that's another thing I don't think people get is AI is used
Oh, it's
a
used
lot.
everywhere.
It is used
Yeah.
everywhere.
Hmm.
You don't notice it because it's all used in the back end and nobody really talks
Yeah,
about it. But it's been used for a while. Like
for a while. Hmm.
and it's just getting more and more. This is just the first time that it's really
Yeah.
been available for people to
It's
use.
like if you have an internet presence at all, you've already got all your information out there. And I don't think people understand. Like, I fully understand that you can Google me and find everything there is to know about me. I totally get that. But I'm not going to volunteer any more information, if that makes sense.
Hello,
Like
YouTube.
extra. Yeah. So I've Googled myself, and, very niche things from elementary and middle school pop up. So, like, I know nowadays there is no way to be 100% secure.
No.
But I'm not going to add willingly to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get that. Yeah. It's
very interesting though.
It is very interesting. Mm-hmm. AI-induced psychosis is what I saw several times is written down. It's not actually
it's crazy.
It's not a defined medical term yet, but I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
It
soon.
will be relatively soon if this kind of stuff keeps happening. Like it's just a matter of time, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nick, did you have anything else on that, or are we going to facts? Because I think that's it for me on this.
Yeah. No, I think it's such an interesting thing to explore. I'm glad you wanted to talk about it because it is very interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely, like we said, just my final thoughts are we are so far behind in regulatory and ethical and moral issues with this that I just would caution anyone using it. And I'm not talking about like companies using it in the back. I'm talking about like people seeking out like OpenAI or ChatGPT or whatever. I don't know. Well, I think there's a lot of cautionary.
Yeah, and some people are using it for like as like a therapist and things like that. Like that's
yeah, and it's definitely not a therapist. Please use a real therapist. Yes. I go to one, love it, highly recommend, great. But keep using it for packing lists and podcast topics and whatever you want to use it for. Yeah. There's a lot of good uses for it. I'm not anti AI. I'm just not
proofread a paper or something like that. Like you know, there's things that it can be used for, but you know, it's not.
Yeah.
There's some people that I have heard from, and some people that I even know that almost seem like AI is the best thing since sliced bread, and it's the end all be all of everything. And I'm like, I don't think.
I think it's great. I think the practical applications will be really good at some point.
Yes, if like it can do a lot of things.
There's a lot of what ifs though.
Yeah, yeah. It can find patterns, which has already improved medical research a lot because it's been able to see
100%.
like things that humans haven't noticed.
How do we balance the very clear benefits with the very clear negatives? Mental health, the environment, inconsistencies or inaccuracies. How do we balance both of those things? Because it can be really, really good, and it can be extremely, extremely bad and life-threatening in more ways than one.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be my final take, is just lead with caution. But it's great.
Okay, I think it's time for facts, Nick.
Fact ball.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
So, yeah, mine has absolutely nothing to do with AI. I just found a fact that I like this week. It's about Moulin Rouge.
Nice.
The actual place. So Moulin Rouge was founded in 1889, destroyed by a fire in 1915, and rebuilt through 1921. But it was the first building in Paris to be equipped with electricity, and the lights, illuminate the whole Place Blanche, like the area that it's in. So I thought that was really cool. It was the first building to have electricity in Paris. First commercial building.
That is cool. So what is this? Where is this from? Okay. So I did find a little thing about AI here, and it specifically has to do with people's fears about AI. So apparently, 25% of people worry that machines will take over the world. So Skynet, Terminator, which is
Okay.
Not high, but it's a quarter of the population, which is relatively high.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's relatively. It's not half. It's not a majority, but it is somewhat high. And then 7 and 10 have some fear of AI, just in general. I guess. Yeah. So 7 and 10 is another one
is
entirely.
A lot.
Like that's 70% of the population. That's very high.
Yeah. I wonder like how fear is defined.
Yeah.
Like how I said earlier, I'm definitely cautious about it.
Yeah.
But
I want to know.
Is that fear? Yeah. I don't know.
I want to know what fear. I agree. I want to know what fear is and how you got the difference between AI will take over the world and fear of AI. Like what's because where do you get the like I can't think of really. That's really the only fear I think I have of AI. It's going to take over the world. Like I don't know if there would be. I don't know if there would be another fear. Like, and it's the only reason that I make the Skynet joke a lot. I actually relatively do make that joke a lot. Now the problem is that a lot of the people that I work with are in their 20s and don't know what the F I'm talking about, which is a problem for their parents not showing them the movies. But have do you know what I'm talking about, Nick, when I say Skynet?
No, I don't.
No, of course you don't.
You said Skynet Terminator?
So Skynet is you've heard of the movie Terminator, right? The Terminator?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Okay. I've heard the word.
So the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the Terminator in the movie. We may have to watch this because there's like 5 of them too. There's 3 or 4 of them. I know now. I believe there's 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. The Terminator is a robot that has come back from the future to kill a person who's trying to rise up against it in the future.
Oh, okay.
But Skynet is a program, a computer program. It's an AI program that the military puts in place. And it takes over, and it's what runs Terminator. So eventually, it takes over. It starts building its own Terminators, and in the future, which is where the Terminator is coming from, where Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is coming from, the Terminators are fighting with the humans. So humans are fighting the robots to stay alive. So that's it, and it's an interesting movie. But Skynet basically takes over everything and is trying to kill humans eventually. So that's what Skynet is.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
We may have to watch.
I was thinking Terminator. Sky Mall when you said that.
Not the magazine that you get in the back of an airplane. No, backseat of an airplane. Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I haven't been on an airplane since 2022.
Yeah, mine was 2023, so it hasn't.
Or no, 2023.
Yeah, I was on one in 2023, but I don't remember because I think I put in my earbuds and just like listened to a podcast, so I didn't pay attention.
I just watch movies.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast.
I highly doubt that would still be a thing. I don't know.
I know there was always weird things in it. It was always like a hodgepodge of random things. It was kind of like what you get. I feel like kind of like what you get if you watch infomercials at night. Like if you watch television late at night and you get to the infomercials and it's like just like these random things that you keep getting.
It's like, here's this brooch that you can wear as a jewelry, but also it turns into a knife.
Yeah.
It's like very niche specific things.
Yes, exactly. I think that yawn was me telling us it's time to quit. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If you didn't like it, give us something else to talk about, and we'll talk about that in the future. But for now, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.